So let's talk about the nervous system. The reason I say your nervous system and not your brain is because your brain is actually just one piece of this larger, more important thing, frankly, that we call the nervous system. The nervous system includes your brain and your spinal cord, but also all the connections between your brain and your spinal cord and the organs of your body. It also includes, very importantly, all the connections between your organs back to your spinal cord and brain. So the way to think about how you function at every level, from the moment you're born until the day you die, everything you think and remember and feel and imagine, is that your nervous system is this continuous loop of communication between the brain, spinal cord, and body, spinal cord, and brain. In fact, we really can't even separate them. It's one continuous loop. You may have heard of something called a Mobius strip. A Mobius strip is almost like one of these impossible figures that no matter which angle you look at it from, you can't tell where it starts and where it ends. And that's really how your nervous system is built. That's the structure that allows you to, for instance, deploy immune cells, to release cells that will go kill infection when you're in the presence of infection. Most people just think about that as a function of the immune system, but actually it's your nervous system that tells organs like your spleen to release killer cells that go and hunt down those bacterial and viral invaders and gobble them up. If you have a stomach ache, for instance, sure, you feel that in your stomach, but it's really your nervous system that's causing the stomach ache. The ache aspect of it is a nervous system feature. So when we want to talk about experience, or we want to talk about how to change the self in any way, we really need to think about the nervous system first. It is fair to say that the nervous system governs all other biological systems of the body, and it's also influenced by those other biological systems. If we're talking about the nervous system, we need to get a little specific about what we mean. It's not just this big loop of wires. In fact, there's an interesting story about that, because at the turn of the sort of 1800s to 1900s, it actually was believed that our nervous system was just one giant cell. But two guys, the names aren't super important, but in fairness to their important discovery, Ramon y Cajal, a Spaniard, Camillo Golgi, an Italian guy, figured out how to label or stain the nervous system in a way that revealed, oh my goodness, we're actually made up of trillions of these little cells, nerve cells, that are called neurons. And that's what a neuron is. It's just a nerve cell. They also saw that those nerve cells weren't touching one another. They're actually separated by little gaps. And those little gaps you may have heard of before, they're called synapses. Those synapses are where the chemicals from one neuron are kind of spit out or vomited into, and then the next nerve cell detects those chemicals and then passes electricity down its length to the next nerve cell, and so forth. So really the way to think about your body and your thoughts and your mind is that you are a flow of electricity, right? There's nothing mystical about this. You're a flow of electricity between these different nerve cells, and depending on which nerve cells are active, you might be lifting your arm or lowering your arm. You might be seeing something and perceiving that it's red, or you might be seeing something and perceiving that it's green, all depending on which nerve cells are electrically active at a given moment.